think we should move on to maybe my favorite segment of this entire podcast.
Stuff we like this week.
Like this week.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, we need like an animation or something.
Like that. No, like literally, I was going to be like the Note 20 Ultra was literally one of the things I was watching every single day, and it was one of the things I think for this week I loved watching.
Okay.
Like, so I was gonna be like, oh yeah, like speaking of stuff we like this week, I love the Note 20 Ultra, but also let's get right into this segment. Like I was gonna. Yeah.
That was going to be smooth.
That was going to be smooth, but it's all good. We can move on. It's all good.
Yeah, your podcast transitions are always A1. I think the first thing that I like this week, and it's funny because, again, we recorded this episode a long time ago, and on my list I had Colin and Samir for a very different reason, but they're still on my list. They just dropped their storytelling course, and I binged the whole thing in one day. It's like an hour and a half. It's so good. I learned so many things from that course that I'm going to definitely implement in videos and the podcast, and like they were really good. They talked, one thing that like struck me, and I'm not going to obviously give away like their course because I want people to buy it and support them, but they talked a lot about something called like a dual narrative structure. Yeah. Which is like when you have a primary structure, like let's say Pixel 4a review, right? I actually did this in the video, I think, or maybe I did it in the Samsung video. So you have the primary structure is you're talking about the phone. And then you have something secondary going on that's like enticing and keeps the attention. In that video, it was the fact that I kept changing angles. I did 7 different A-roll angles. And that's like a secondary structure. And the dual narrative leads to higher watch time and people being more interested. And I never knew that's what it was called. And I also never knew it was like an intentional choice. And now I look back at so many videos from my favorite creators and I'm like, they always do a dual narrative and it keeps your attention and probably helps a lot on YouTube. So that course was so interesting. We'll link it below. Yeah. We're actually having Colin and Samir on, like, very soon. Yeah, actually, literally, so, like, it was funny enough, so I tweeted at Colin and Samir, I was like, yo, how many likes do I need to get on this tweet for you guys to follow me back? This is before I even knew they were coming on the podcast. I've just been a huge fan. Thanks to Jacklyn, actually, she introduced me, like, to their channel, and I was like, oh my god, this is insane. And they replied 100. Literally 3-4 days later, Jacklyn messages me, yo, we're getting them on the podcast. And I was like, this is better than a follow. I'm getting to meet them. I can talk to them. Like, they have amazing stuff, guys. Definitely search up Colin and Samir. Check out their course. It's fantastic. So, yeah, that's definitely something that I think both of us can attest to. I haven't actually watched the course yet, but I know from what I've seen of it and like all the different like things that I've talked to you about it. So good. It sounds fantastic. Yeah, I think it's so worth the money. The way they did it was so good. They like give lesson plans and actually they're going to add more to it. So it's a live course. So as the month goes on, they're going to keep adding more concepts. That's dope. Which is sweet. Yeah. Dude, I'm absolutely stoked about it. What about you? What's like another thing that you like this week? Yeah. So I think that one of the cool things I liked this week was, so basically I've gotten really into gaming in the past couple of months. And like, cause quarantine, I've just been home and like, my brother plays, Call of Duty Warzone every night or like some nights at least. And so I picked up an Xbox One, got it for a crazy cheap deal, $150 Canadian. I bought it used, 1 month old. Wow. Yeah. And so I bought that. I got Warzone. I got like Xbox Live and I've been playing like crazy. Speaking of which, anyone listening to the podcast who wants to run Call of Duty with me, literally hit me up on Twitter. I am always down to play with new people. Just make sure you have a mic. That'd be sick. Yeah. Like I'm always down to play with new people. I just like playing COD as much as I can. Anyway, I've been watching a ton of YouTubers like Nick Merckx. He's basically, these are all Twitch streamers that are posting their Twitch streams like cut up into small segments on YouTube to make them really like I guess satisfying and fun to watch. Yeah. So we're watching Nick Merckx. I've been watching, I think it's TG or TV Plays, something like that. I'm watching Nade Shot, like Optic Nade Shot. He used to do videos with iJustine. I've been watching like a ton of this stuff, so this has been like a huge thing I love this week.